Yo guys, what is up? It is Khan here. Welcome back to another video, and today guys we're actually going to be discussing, and I'm not sure how many of you guys are actually going to watch this because of last video, but I'm going to be discussing how the WWE Super Showdown matches are just getting very ridiculous, and I just think it's really turning into a throwaway pay-per-view, and it's the biggest event of the year. Okay, so we've got the biggest event of the year. Now I know they actually announced a title match today. They haven't really boldly claimed it as a title match, but it is a title match. If you look at the description, AJ versus Samoa Joe. Now, Samoa Joe could be the champion going into this, or AJ could be, we don't know. But at least there's one title match. But yesterday, after Monday Night Raw, they announced two 6-man/women tag team matches, and boy was I upset. Now, I already knew that the Shield, we're going to compete as a team. So I already expected, that the Universal Intercontinental titles to not be defended unless that those respective titles are changed hands by that show. By Super Showdown, I mean. But when you put them up against a match that should be happening at Raw next week, it's ridiculous, Shield versus Braun, McIntyre, and Ziggler. It really annoys me, because this is a match that should happen on Raw next week, not in a month's time. It really, really annoys me. I would have been happy, with them not defending their titles if we got Shield versus, Wyatt family. Shield versus Undisputed Era. Shield versus Sanity. An actual faction or team. Not Braun, McIntyre, and Ziggler. It's just a pointless match, and no one's going to care about it once it's over. I'm really annoyed about that. And obviously I was already annoyed about the Bobby Lashley and Elias being added to the Cena versus Owens match. But look, that was one match. Then you have the audacity to announce these two matches, which also makes, if these champions hold on to their titles until Super Showdown, which Ronda Rousey and Roman Reigns definitely will, and I don't see why Seth wouldn't, because he won at SummerSlam. They all won their titles at SummerSlam, so I don't see why they'd lose it anytime soon. All three of Raw's singles titles will not be defended at the biggest show of the year. Are you kidding me? Okay, and once again with the Ronda Rousey situation, that match is another throwaway match. Just do something better, do something that people actually want to see, and do something that makes sense. It's really frustrating. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. I really like that. I like the stipulation to it. I'm pretty sure Miz will win, but I love the stipulation to that. And Undertaker versus Triple H, well, we've known that since, back in June. It's either early June or late June, pretty much, May. I don't even know how the months go. So, honestly, it's just, the matches are really poor right now, and there's not a lot of, in Twitter comments and whatnot, there's not a lot of people saying this is stupid. There are a few, I'm sorry, but if you like these matches, I understand why you can like them, but you can't be 100% happy with the fact that these titles aren't defended. There's got to be some sort of, some part of you that would hate that. And I just think we should all, really put into that, I understand why some people might like some of these matches. There are very good reasons why people might like some of these matches. But at the same time, these titles should be defended at the biggest show of the year. It's simple as that. That's just what I think, and I really think I'm right on that. These titles should be defended. And it was one thing with the John Cena versus Kevin Owens, but when they announce these other things, in my opinion, they're spitting in the faces of the fans. It's these things like this, with like a million tag matches on the card that mean nothing. It's things like that, people in America aren't going to stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning to watch this show. They won't. It's a waste of time for them. They'll just watch it later, and then, that kills your live ratings. That kills all that. Yeah, I know you've already sold, I don't know if you've sold, I don't know, they haven't sold out, but you've already sold a lot of tickets. But is it really going to help you when America, back in, where you're based, doesn't even watch the damn show because of the pointless matches on it? Like, put it into this perspective. You have AJ versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. Now, a lot of people have been saying that this might be dragged out like Nakamura and AJ feud. I think this match that they have here will be the last one, and it should have a good stipulation to it, since I'm pretty sure their match at Hell in a Cell won't even have any stipulation, which is ridiculous. But oh, it just makes sense. After what happened to SummerSlam, it should be a Hell in a Cell match. But hey, WWE just don't understand how to book things. But oh well. The match at Super Showdown is going to be remembered, nonetheless. When you look back at AJ and Joe's feud, whether the match itself is good or memorable, you're going to be like, yeah, they had a match at SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell, and Super Showdown. With these 6-man and 2v2 matches, no one's ever going to look back on these matches, ever. No one's going to be like, oh, do you remember that? Well, they might, but no one's going to look back on it as like a feud. They're going to look back on it and be like, wow. What, like, yeah, it might be a good match, but it's not going to cut it. You know, Shield have had many good 6-man tag matches. And it's just ridiculous for them to do this. Unless, you know, the 3 champions will defend their titles as well as being the tag matches, but I just don't see them doing that. I just don't. And it's annoying when you look at it from, you know, kayfabe perspective. You've got Roman Reigns, who's been fighting for so long to beat Brock Lesnar, become the champion, and actually defend the title and show up. Doesn't defend his title at the biggest show of the year. Are you serious? And all of Raw singles titles won't be defended at the biggest show of the year. It just really doesn't. It doesn't sound right. Now, I had a thought this morning because I was really upset about this last night. I was really upset. Lucky they didn't like put AJ in a tag match. That would have been horrible. But I had a thought about it this morning. I was like, there's one way they can save this event. One way, and it's stretching it so much. Like, save this event meaning, like, I'm just happy if the Universal title's defended. If the IC isn't, it should be, oh well. And the women's, I don't care, but it just adds to that frustration that none of these singles titles will be defended. But what if, and it still doesn't make up for the match that there should have been a Universal title match on the card. People said this might happen at Hell in a Cell. If it happens at Hell in a Cell, then all hopes. Wait, no, if it happens at Hell in a Cell, that's fine too. But I'd like to see it happen at Super Showdown as well. Who knows? Anyway, here we go. So we've obviously got Braun versus Roman at Hell in a Cell. Inside Hell in a Cell, and Braun is cashing in his Money in the Bank to get this match. Now we know Baron Corbin is obviously very good at twisting rules, as we saw on Monday Night Raw, when he beat Finn Balor after being disqualified, but the match be restarted because he never said it was a no DQ match, you know, in his words anyway. What if he does the same thing with the Money in the Bank briefcase? Now, there's two men that could cash in. I'm not kidding, cash in. What if he's like, I never said Braun was cashing in, and then you have like, you can play it off like, well, Braun never signed the contract, and then they sign the contract, and they have that opportunity for a title whenever they want. Now you could ruin this and bring it over to SmackDown, which I don't want. Okay, it would say in the contract they can cash in for a WWE or Universal Championship shot. No, keep it on Raw because you got to save Super Showdown and also build a star out of it. Now, who would be the person to? Now, Kevin Owens seems like a really good pick. He's quit. What if he came back with the Money in the Bank contract? People are like, what? He didn't win, and just cashes in and wins the title. And Baron Corbin's like, yep, he can do that because I said so. Or, you know, not better yet, but Baron Corbin cashes it in himself. You know, the general manager of Raw is the champion. And either of those ways, yes, you could do that at Super Showdown. Or you could do it at Hell in a Cell and have a, you know, not Roman or Braun Universal Champion walk in. Because as it stands now, with what they're saying, Braun is cashing in Money in the Bank at Hell in a Cell. If they keep this 6-man tag match, the Universal title, unless they do a 2-match, unless they double match, will not be defended at Super Showdown because the only 2 champions will be Braun or Roman unless they defend it on Raw or whatever, which I don't think they'll lose. They'll drop the belt on Raw. Unless it's to a cash-in, which could happen at Raw as well. But that's all I think. And, you know, I know Kevin Owens has a match at Super Showdown as well. But, I mean, if he's Universal Champion, they have to change that match. You know, maybe John Cena versus Kevin Owens Universal Championship. There's so many ways I could solve this, you know. If they can't go back on the matches they've done, they can still fix it. They can still fix it by giving the Universal title to someone else. Same with the Intercontinental. Or having, you know, someone cash in at Super Showdown, whether it's Corbin, Owens, or just anyone. You know, I don't care. Just please do not ruin this pay-per-view. I was so sad last night. I was like, they've ruined it. They have ruined this show. But those are my ways to save it. There's not much else to say in this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you actually like these matches? And if you do, but like that's alright. But would you rather see the titles defended rather than the title holders being in 6-man tag matches? That, you know, honestly, these matches should be happening next week on Monday Night Raw. Well, one of them is, but except without Ronda Rousey. And we all know it's going to be a 3-on-2 beatdown. And Ronda Rousey will come save the day and be like, yeah, we'll beat him at Super Showdown. Like, it's just, it's predictable, and it's I don't know. Like, the two guys that were building this event around, are, like, at first, which was Ronda Rousey and John Cena, are now in tag matches. It's great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think. How would you save this show if you couldn't change the matches that are already announced? How would you save it? Would you do the cash-in method, or would you do something else? I don't know. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, I'll see you guys all later.